Wow, this is literally, I mean, when you talk about the edge of your seat, I can't remember the last time I was just so anxious and so terrified when, like, what you were literally on the edge of your seat from the beginning to the end. So Charlize, when you read the script initially, what was your first reaction?
Weirdly, I had the same reaction, and then there's some potential, right, to kind of really try and aim for something like that. But I thought there was so much that we could do with something that felt very straightforward, was not contrived, it wasn't trying to like have bells and whistles. It was like, this happens, you meet the guy, he chases you, you must survive. And I was like, I kind of love the simplicity of that. And then how can we, as a two-hander, bring the psychological drama, the psychological thriller? And so I was hoping that the movie would deliver on that, and I watched this now a couple of times with an audience. And usually I'm just watching the audience, and I found it very hard because I myself am like, yeah.
Tara, did you know Charlize before you started
I don't think so.
Well,
Oh yes, no, we did. We discovered this. I have a really bad habit of getting overexcited at Hollywood events, drinking a little bit too much and forgetting famous people that I've met. And we did once hang out after the Golden Globes.
Yes.
And the cast of Succession.
Well, there's lots of cocktails at the Golden Globes.
Lots of cocktails at the Golden Globes. So we'd met then, but then when this came up, Charlize and I met up here in LA.
There's anything relaxing about why you were filming this, just the physical demands. I mean, we know you're an action star and we see everything you do. I know your coffee and I know you, so I know you're doing.
I was gonna say, you see the injuries. You see me dropping my kid off in like an arm brace, and you're like, oh, you must be wrapped.
Another movie, another surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get any injuries from this?
Yeah, I had 2 surgeries on my right arm. I had an ulnar nerve that wasn't set in the right place for after this film, and I fixed that. I had some intercostal tears on my ribs. I had a fractured toe.
It was serious.
The thing that made me tap out, though, was an inner ear infection. It was like the straw that broke the camel's back.
That was it.
Yeah, but you know what? It's I don't even think about those things when I think about this movie. Yeah, that's when you know you worked on something great. Like, I don't even think about those.
How about you, Taryn? You're physically in amazing shape. Just how did you get ready for this?
Well, lots of training and eating-wise, classic stuff really. And then when I came to do, I do get a bit naked in this movie. I do get a bit naked.
Way to sell a film, guys, and does me.
But it's like, thank you very much. Like 3 weeks before that, I was not quite enough, and then everything gets all, and then by the time you have to shoot that scene, you have to keep sitting down, so depleted and tired. It's not a sustainable.
The only relaxing thing we had pretty much every day, we did a lot of water stuff, and we would get really cold, so they had these like tiny little individual hot tubs for us, and they would put them right next to each other. And at the end of the scene, we would like run and jump into our little hot tubs, and we would like have a snack together, and we'd like
Charlize Theron made a striking impression at the New York City premiere of Apex, stepping out in a bold Dior Winter 2026 look that featured an open black wool men's jacket worn without a shirt or bra. She styled it to resemble a blouse by adding a pleated white collar tied with long flowing ribbons, finishing the outfit with tailored black trousers and elegant Dior fine jewelry. As a longtime Dior ambassador, her daring fashion choice quickly became one of the standout moments of the event. During an interview with Extra's Terry Seymour, Theron appeared alongside co-star Taron Egerton to talk about their intense new thriller. which centers on a grieving woman whose survival journey in the wilderness turns into a dangerous chase when she is hunted by a ruthless predator. Theron shared that filming the movie came with a heavy physical cost, revealing she suffered several injuries, including 2 surgeries on her right arm due to an improperly healed ulnar nerve, tears in her ribs, and a fractured toe. She explained that although she pushed through much of the pain, an inner ear infection ultimately forced her to stop, calling it the breaking point. Even so, she said those hardships don't define her memory of the film, as she prefers to focus on the overall experience. Reflecting on her character, Theron described her as someone drawn to danger as a way of coping with deep emotional pain, particularly the unresolved grief of losing her husband, which drives her to endure extreme physical challenges in the Australian wilderness. Speaking about her own approach to such demanding roles, Theron admitted she enjoys pushing herself, even if it sometimes borders on punishing her body, joking that she might be in denial about it. She credited her background in dance for building the discipline and toughness that help her handle physically intense performances, noting that dancers are trained to work through pain. Egerton also discussed his preparation, humorously mentioning his partial nude scenes and explaining how he followed a strict diet leading up to filming, eating very little to achieve the desired look, which left him feeling drained and fatigued during those scenes. Despite the difficult conditions, both actors found ways to unwind on set. Theron recalled how, after filming in cold water, they were given small hot tubs placed next to each other, where they would warm up, relax, and share snacks. Egerton joked that the tubs were filled with dirty river water, making the experience far from glamorous. Through injuries, intense training, and challenging environments, both stars remained committed to their roles. And Apex, arriving on Netflix April 24th, promises a gripping and physically demanding
With like,
story.
look at us, just lying in
And also, it's worth mentioning that when we say hot tubs, they're filled with like
River
filthy
water.
river water.
Oh my
So it's
gosh,
not
it
like we're
was
not getting in and it's like, wow, this is amazing. We're at a spa. It's like it's really.
But it was good.
But it's nice. You're so thankful for the elevated temp when you're getting in and out of river water.
Yeah.
So, did you think of them as just pure evil?
No, absolutely not. I think that's how you mess it up. I think you have to kind of approach it in the way you do everything else, which is to try and figure him out and go some way to understanding how and why someone could be this awful and make him. I've said this a few times, but I think it is how I approached it, to make it, for me, Ben's the hero of the story, and it's probably not a horror thriller. It's probably some other genre of film, fantasy. I don't know, but definitely didn't think of them as evil.
And Charlize with Sasha and her love of danger and just always pushing it to the next level. Do you think you're
She's definitely crazy. I don't think I'm crazy. It's maybe like a connection.
She's very specific.
She wants to punish herself. I think her what she does in nature is a version of punishing herself. I think she goes to Australia because she hasn't quite resolved this pain of losing her husband, and I think the only way she knows how to deal with that is to kind of really put her body through severe pain. I like a challenge. I really like a challenge. I don't want to like punish my body, but then I guess I do.
I was just gonna say,
No, I'm not so sure. It's sort of privately thing. I'm not going to disagree, but
Maybe I'm in denial. Maybe. Okay, I need to go do some work on that.
I think the difference I would say from the outside is that she is in this kind of self-flagellation, whereas I think you seem to find freedom and some joy in it when you are doing those extreme things. You find a lightness in it.
I love it. Yes. Yeah, I do love it. Yes.
do you think your life experiences have built you for roles like this? Just all the punishment you put your body through, and the action and
Yeah.
your balance.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think dance taught me real grit.